So you want to make a fight scene? Well, let's get started. Hi, I'm Chris, and today we'll be going over the different elements of a fight scene and how you can conceptualize one for your project. Let's check it out.
Damn it!
First, you have to conceptualize exactly what you'd like to happen. Conceptualization could be as simple as saying you'd like your character to be kicked in the face. This creates a good foundation for your stunt team and your actors when you do get into fight choreography. But that leads us into our next step, character motivation. Character motivation is simple. If you have an understanding of the physical and emotional aspects of your character's development, it communicates to the audience both why this fight is happening as well as who to root for. Once you figure out character motivation, that leads us into our next step, framing. Walk through the scene with your stunt coordinators and actors to develop a scene of action. From here, you can make a rough storyboard of each particular move, as well as get an idea for the style of the scene. Now, this doesn't have to be perfect. Situations come along and things change. If you have not already processed your location for the scene, now would be a good time to scout out the area you'd like to take advantage of. The environment is just as helpful as the choreography itself. Now we get to the good stuff. Step 5, sequencing. At this point, you and your team should have a basic understanding of the different moves and actions you'd like to incorporate into each shot. At this point, you figure out what flows and what doesn't. I can't stress this enough. Our next step is very serious. Safety. Safety is very important. After you go over sequencing, it's important that you be properly prepared for what comes next. This usually takes the form of being padded or being in an area where impact and damage and contact are very minimal. Fight choreography often does not have contact, as you will soon witness. However, at times one person may overextend or another person may hit the ground hard during practice. To minimize any injuries and liabilities, purchase proper padding or safety material. And if you can't afford that, or if it's not within budget, give yourself some distance and work in areas where soft grass and or soft material are abundant so you don't hurt yourself or your teammates. Once you're prepared, we can get into blocking. This is where your actors learn and iron out the placement of their bodies during each action, as well as where your camera crew begins to frame each individual shot. Our next step, stacking, is comprised of camera placement and good acting. Stacking places the camera at an angle that conveys a hit when in actuality, the weapon of choice is out of reach or not in contact with the receiver. And following right along with stacking is follow action. When filming action scenes, it's vital that you follow where the action is taking place. If a punch swings right, the camera swings right. Step 10, rehearse, rehearse, rehearse. Practice until the team can do it in their sleep. Once you feel like it's ready, do a previs of the action. Previs is a visualized concept of the complete scene with approximate editing style and framing so that on the day of the actual walkthrough, everyone involved with the project has some semblance of what the final product will look like. This helps keep things in order, as well as helps you as the director and or camera operator make sure that you don't miss your mark. And that leads us to our last step, our final run through. All that's left is to take your team to the actual location and get familiar with your environment before you go through a final run through. Remember to rehearse and stay safe. Thank you. And I hope that helped you conceptualize some ideas for your next fight scene, as well as provided you with information on how to do it safely and how to do it well. Until next time, shoot every day.